Boom, and welcome to the Big Honker Podcast. Did you know? Brought to you by Mallard Bay. For all your hunting and fishing needs, call Mallard Bay. They can hook you up with any outfitter anywhere, basically in the world. So check them out at mallardbay.com. All right, I've got a couple of interesting ones today. And so I'm going to start. I got to pull them up because it takes a minute to get them up because I've got so much crud going on here. Okay. Do you know?
I did not.
Where Caesar salad was invented?
Yes, I do actually. Mexico, in the Baja.
Nope.
Or not the Baja, just one of those. It's a coastal town. A man named Caesar invented it. But yeah, it's in Mexico. It's not Italy like I thought.
In Tijuana.
Ah.
In 1924, during the
I knew it was on the West Coast.
Prohibition era, 1920 to 33, I can't believe it was 13 years you couldn't buy alcohol. I didn't realize it was that long.
In Mexico?
No, in the United States.
Oh, okay.
An Italian-born restaurateur named Cesare Cardini moved his restaurant from San Diego to Tijuana, Mexico, because you could still buy alcohol in Mexico.
Okay.
I did not realize that either. Never thought about it either. Consume and serve alcohol without fear of legal retribution. His restaurant, known as Caesar's, lay just across the U.S.-Mexican border and was popular with bibulous Americans as well as Mexicans, so much that Cardini frequently ran out of food. As Cardini told it, on a busy holiday weekend in 1924, he found that he was out of some of the usual ingredients for his ensalada mista, which is mista salad. He assembled what he could from nearby shops in his cupboard: romaine lettuce, Parmesan cheese, lemons, bread cubes, olive oil, eggs, and Worcestershire. Blah. Guess what was born? The Caesar salad. And so that's where the Caesar salad come from. Now, do you know where nachos came from?
I'm also going to go Mexico.
No.
Damn it. Stereotyping again.
1940. Nachos were originally on the menu at the Victory Club in 1940. In fact, there wasn't a cook in sight. They weren't on the menu in 1940. There wasn't a cook in sight when they were first placed in front of a group of military wives from Eagle Pass, Texas. Well, actually it was, because it's right on the border of Mexico, and I think this was in Mexico. She'd ran out of stuff to cook, so she fried up some topas, which is tortillas, but thicker than American style tortilla chips, and topped them with melted Colby cheese and sliced jalapenos to give the earliest examples of what we come to know and love as nachos. Even then, the dish represented a blend of the two countries, thanks to the distinctly U.S. government-issued cheese that was commonly found on both sides of the border after Americans traded, sold it, and gifted it to their friends and families in Mexico. And that's how nachos were born, was by an accident. Some military wives went into a place, and they decided, hey, we want something to eat, and they were out of stuff, so they went with nachos. Now, my other thing to talk about is, I've got to find the damn thing. God dang it. We're going to talk about frozen foods. Oh, no. Before that, we're going to go into, do you know where the pina colada was invented?
I'm also going Mexico.
Nope. You've been there. It's in Puerto Rico.
Oh, duh. I had the original one.
You did have it, and it was not that great. I didn't think.
I loved it.
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that good. Anyways, I was going to go into the Puerto Rico deal, but you'd been there before. So anyways, the pina colada was invented in San Juan, Puerto Rico, at a hotel there. And they had just the things of lime juice, coconut, cream de cocoa, rum, ice, and they come up with the pina colada, and that was invented in the 30s. My big thing I wanted to talk about was a lady named Marjorie Post. Not Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Post. Do you know who Marjorie Post was?
I do. She's kin to the Post family.
Do you know anything about her?
I do.
What do you know?
She married like a Quaker, and they said...
never mind. You don't know nothing.
Okay.
Marjorie Post was the daughter of C.W. Post. I believe was his name. I don't think C.W. Post was her name. Anyways, Dr. Post, he was a doctor. He worked for Kellogg in Battle Creek, Michigan. While he was working with him, he saw how he done the cereal, cornflakes was developed by accident. Mm-hmm. They left some cornflakes out, they molded up or did whatever they did, shriveled up, and they become cornflakes. So Kellogg had all this money, had a big insane asylum, and he was feeding these people this as part of their medical situation. What happened was Post went out and started his own business, the Post Cereal Company, and that became big rivals. Well, he died at 41 years of age. He had a young daughter, Marjorie Post, and left everything to her. Well, when she was 27 years old, the board of directors did not like a woman running their company. A massive fortune had been done. Mm-hmm. She started gobbling up small restaurant business, small food companies all across the United States. What are you looking up? You fact checking me now?
No.
So she went to Massachusetts, and she met a guy named Birdseye. Birdseye had went to the Inuits in Canada and learned about flash freezing. I never think of them having flash freezing in the 1920s. Mm-hmm. He went and watched the Inuits, and what they would do, they would catch their fish. They'd put them in these buckets, and when it got really cold of water, they'd put them outside and they let them flash freeze real quick, these catches.
Right.
And what it done is it kept them fresher. So it froze the flesh better. It froze the vegetables better. And he learned this patent. So in Gloucester, Massachusetts, he put in Birdseye Frozen Foods, and he started doing this stuff. She purchased the company for $20 million. People on the board were not happy with her. That company ended up becoming General Foods. When she died, she was worth about $300 million.
Phew.
So she done very well for herself. And when she purchased General Foods and got it going, or all these conglomerates are General Foods, she purchased a piece of property in Florida, a 62,000 square foot mansion that we like to call Mar-a-Lago. Mm-hmm. She gave it to the National Park System when she died, wanting them to make it a White House for the summer White House.
Right.
Little did she know that Donald Trump would buy it in 1990 for however many millions of dollars he bought it for, and it would be a summer White House for 4 years. So anyways, that's the history of Marjorie Green Taylor, nope. Birdseye Frozen Foods, Marjorie Post, Birdseye Frozen Foods, and the concoction and development of three things that we have all the time.
Beautiful.
So that's my Did You Knows.
My Did You Know. Did you know that there is a company called Reflect Orbital that is selling sunlight at night?
No.
You download an app. This place is going viral across the internet. Anyway, you can order sunlight directly to your location from your cell phone, so that you can have personal access to the sun's light at night.
Why would anybody buy this?
Jeff, I don't know. I'm just telling you.
What's the use of this?
I'm just telling you, if you want a little bit of sunshine at night, you can get the Reflect Orbital. They've got satellites in the sky that will turn their little mirrors, and away you go.
Did you know Elon Musk owns 80% of all the satellites in orbit?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
So that's my little bonus. Did you know? So before I had talked about top investments that paid off. Well, I'm going to talk about the top 10 worst investment mistakes since 1876. Your number one is yours from last week. Ronald Wayne sells 10% of Apple for $800, now worth $300 billion.
That makes me feel a lot better about some of my shitty investments.
Yeah, right. Jobs and Wozniak invited Ronald Wayne to join them as the adult in the room. He was 41 and the Steves were in their 20s. Wayne provided administrative oversight, but how much did he own? Owned 10%. Just 12 days after its formation. A year later, he received another $1,500 to forfeit any future claims against Apple. Today, the stake would be worth $300 billion, a 37.5 billion % increase is what he would have seen. Number two, Blockbuster declines to buy Netflix in 2000.
You talked about this the other day.
Blockbuster had the opportunity to purchase Netflix for $50 million, but declined. Netflix is now a streaming giant with a market cap of... I clicked on something and it changed everything. With a market cap of almost $300 billion, Blockbuster has been reduced to one single store in Bend, Oregon. Number three, Excite declines to buy Google in 1999, not to be outdone by Yahoo. Excite, also founded by Stanford students, was a popular search engine in the late 90s. They had a chance to snag Google for only $750,000. Where are they now? The Excite brand and its services have changed hands multiple times over the last 20 years. It's now a meta search engine aggregating results from various sources, including Google and Yahoo. Google's current market capitalization is over $1.5 trillion.
Yeah, I never even heard of Excite.
Yahoo's multiple misses. In 1997, Sergey Brin offered PageRank, which became Google, to Yahoo for $1 million. In 2002, Yahoo offered $3 billion. Google countered for $5 billion. Yahoo declined both times. The private equity firm acquired them in 2021 for $5 billion. AOL Time Warner merger. Considered one of the worst mergers in corporate history, AOL used its inflated stock during the dot-com bubble to buy Time Warner for $182 billion. 2 years later, the bubble burst. AOL stock plummeted. Result, $99 billion up in smoke.
Whew.
Decca passes on the Beatles. I've not heard of Decca, so I don't know. After auditions, Decca Records signed the Tremolos. Make sense? No?
Never heard of them.
Instead of the Beatles. While the Tremolos had an impressive run of hits in the 60s, the Beatles, well,
Yeah, well, they're the Beatles.
you know, their catalog is estimated to be worth $1 billion. Kodak suppresses digital cameras. After inventing the first digital camera, did not know that they did that.
Boy, that was not good for them.
Kodak feared it would ruin their lucrative film business, so their management suppressed it. 1981 internal study predicted digital photos would eventually replace film. Kodak had a 10-year runway. They went bankrupt in 2012. So should have got behind that.
Yes.
Borders Group's late entry to e-commerce. I don't know what Borders is. So,
Thought it was a bookstore.
books, music, cafe.
Okay, yes.
Borders outsourced its online book sale to Amazon in 2001 and did not launch its own e-commerce site until 2008. A little late to the party. They closed all stores and ceased to operate in 2011. Number 9, Western Union dismisses the telephone. Western Union passes on the opportunity to buy Alexander Graham Bell's telephone patent, considering it an electrical toy. Bell created his own company. 100 years later, 93% of the United States had a phone in their house. Number 10, and the last one, Mars rejects product placement in E.T., the movie. Mars declined to have M&Ms used in the film.
Wow.
Instead, Hershey's agreed, hoping to boost their failing sales
Reese's Pieces.
of the Reese's Pieces candy. Sales tripled within 2 weeks of the premiere. E.T. should have phoned Mars. So those are the top 10 worst investments since 1876. Don't play hardball if somebody's wanting to feature your shit in a movie, no matter how silly the movie seems. So worked out good for Reese's Pieces, not so good for M&M.
That was a high-grossing movie, too.
I'm sure.
I'm actually surprised they haven't redone it.
Give it time, Jeff. Give it time. They redo everything.
Or doing a second one with him or something. Maybe he comes back and visits.
I was not a fan of the first one. That's my hot take.
I watched it one. I mean, not my favorite thing either, but it was a big hit.
I don't get it, but I know a lot of people do, so I'm in the minority here.
I watched a horrible show with your mother last night
Uh-oh.
on Golden Pond. It was a great movie, but man, it's a tearjerker.
Never heard of it.
You've never heard of it? It's Henry Fonda's last movie. His daughter, Jane Fonda, that communist bitch, is in it. Or I guess it's a family show. A communist lady.
Yeah.
And then Katharine Hepburn's in it. There's only 7 actors in the whole movie. Won a couple of Academy Awards. Second highest grossing movie that year. It's a good show. It's a very, very good show. But it's a sad. It's a typical good movie from the 80s where there's an actual plot and a storyline and didn't have nobody shooting. There wasn't a lot of sex in it. I don't think there was any sex in it. It was a good show.
Never heard of it.
It's a great movie.
On Golden Pond.
On Golden Pond. Check it out.
I will
If you
not
haven't
watch
seen
it.
Yeah, you'll cry. Thank you for listening to us. God bless you. Have a great day.
Love you. Bye. Watch for deer. If you're selling a hunt or you're booking a hunt, you need to check out Mallard Bay and their services. It's easier now than ever before. Head over to Mallard Bay.